All right, hold on. Let me get my stuff together. Get my stuff together real quick. Hopefully, you guys still can hear me while my internet. 1 second, guys, while I get this straightened out. Go ahead and hit that like button. And hopefully you guys can hear me right now while I fix this camera issue. We got a great interview coming your way. Apologize for this. I don't know what is going on with this right now. Why it's acting funny. But while we in here, won't y'all drop your area codes? Let me know where you're watching. Let me know where you're listening. We got a great interview coming your way. You want to do this during showtime? What we got going on, man? Okay. All right, where we at? Where we at? See something. I apologize for the inconvenience, gentlemen. Hartford, Connecticut, stand up. I see you. What is up with my internet? Internet says we're good. Everything is looking good on my side, so I don't know what's up with this thing. Mr. Ishmael, Keith Wright, what's going on? North Carolina's definitely in the building. Mr. Ishmael, shout out to you, man. Me and you were doing our thing in the emails, and I was definitely going to give you some love. I want to make sure I give you some love on camera as well, as soon as my camera decides it wants to start working in this zone. I said, won't y'all flood that chat with love while I get this straightened out, because I don't know what's going on with it right now. And if it will, 305 in the building. Stand up. Philly in the building. Much love to everyone out there. See if I can switch my camera over. Because right now, what is going on with this thing? All right, so I don't know what's going on with my camera right now, but we're not gonna let it mess up. Thumbs up if you can hear me in the building right now. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me right now. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but you know what? I'm not gonna let it stop me because we got some good brothers in the building, and they are definitely waiting. Let me go ahead and I want to change that over. Change that over.
Peace, family.
All right,
Peace.
I
What's
got
good?
thumbs up. I got sincere love to God, DJ RP Beats in the building. Fellas, what's going on with y'all? How y'all feeling?
Feeling great, man. Appreciate you having us on. RP, you got to unmute your mic, bro.
Peace.
There you go.
I know, bro. Nah, man, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you well. Can you hear us, brother?
Yes, sir.
Cool. First off, I apologize for my camera not working, but I'm sitting here saying, all right, if they can hear me, then it's really not about seeing me right now. It's about these brothers right here. So we're going to make it work regardless. And we got sincere love to God, DJ RP Beats in the building. We're going to go over their music. We're going to talk some hip hop. Build, you know how we do here on this Artist Spotlight. We do it better than anybody else. I'm very happy. Once again, shout out to Mr. Ishmael, who facilitated this business, who facilitated this interview. Very, very dope, brother. We talked a lot on email, and yeah, that's a very good brother. Salute to him. So yeah, let's get right to the interview, man. Sincere love to God, DJ RP Beats. Real quick for the people, man. Why don't y'all introduce yourselves? Let the people know who you are and where you're from.
Yeah, RP, I'll let you go first.
All right. I'm DJ RP Beats. Upstate Middletown, New York, Brooklyn, New York originally, but right now we in M-Town, upstate New York. Shout out to the family.
Peace, what's going on, man? I'm the other half of Master Elements. I go by Sincere Love to God. Yes, indeed. We're in the building. Appreciate you having us on your platform, man. It's a dope thing that you're doing. And also want to give a shout out to Brother Ish as well for facilitating everything.
For sure. Sincere, you from New York too?
I'm originally from New York, but I'm down here in Atlanta now.
Okay. All right, word. I know a lot of people from the East Coast down there in Atlanta. That's what's up. What's up. So, all right. So let me start there. So how do y'all, from a recording perspective, how does that work? Now that you're in Atlanta and RP, you still up top, how does that process work for you guys? How's that been going?
Right.
Yeah, we always had to make it work like that.
Well, usually, I come up. We go back and forth. I make a lot of the tracks, and basically we send stuff back and forth. This is our third project, The Master's Table, and we just have a interesting way of how we work, man. We just have the chemistry, and I know what works, he knows what works, and it just fits. I mix and master everything on my end. We go back and forth with the concepts and ideas for the projects.
Yes, indeed. And I was going to say, when we first linked up, when I was leaving New York to move down here. And so we've been working like this from the beginning, but, sometimes I'll record down here, but there are times when I also go back home and we get in the studio together so we could really, really get the chemistry cooked up how we supposed to. Me, RP Beats, and our engineer. Shout out to Portier. You know what I'm saying? We get in there and really connect thoughts and build that chemistry up to make sure the project come out, how it's supposed to come out.
Right.
Right. So
yeah, this is the third go round.
So you said you got together when you were on your way down to Atlanta. How long you been doing music, and when did you move down there?
It been about a decade now since I've been down here.
Okay.
And we didn't start working immediately, but that's when we kind of met. And he started sending me beats and all of that. And so when I first came down here, getting resettled in, I just wasn't in a creative space at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it took RP a minute to actually bring me back to that space, because he had heard some of the mixtapes I had put out, prior. And, he was kind of excited to work with me, and, he was sending me beats all the time. And once I finally got settled, I started to go through the emails, and I'm like, hold on, there's some heat right here. And I started to get the bug again, and we just made the connection that way.
That's dope. I was listening to the whole album, The Jones Crazy, The Master's Table, and we're gonna show us some love and play a couple of Jones a little later on in the interview. Y'all can let me know which ones, or y'all can let me
Thank
play
you.
which ones I like. Either way, we're gonna play some of these joints because they fire. 15 song,
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
I guess you can call it an LP EP. 15 song album. The joint is fire. But you said that you lost that passion. I was
Appreciate it.
listening to one of your records. You were talking about how you weren't all like, because when you listen to your music, you could definitely tell that you put a message behind it. You're lyrical. You care about the essence of hip hop, and you care about the essence of our people. You're trying to deliver knowledge. But you also said there was a point where you kind of identified what we see now with the youth and the drill rap and things like that. So can you just take us back to a time where, you know what I mean, maybe a little bit of your knucklehead stage to kind of develop who you are as a man and as an artist?
And indeed, I still connect with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't dismiss what the youth got going on and the energy that they bring to the table. I see the value in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the nation of gods and earth, we taught to settle on the best part of our people. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. It ain't all good, but it ain't all bad.
Right.
But you know, going back to my origins, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, coming up during that era in the 90s, that grimy era and all of that. You know, being heavily influenced by the Mob, you know, Mobb Deep, you know what I'm saying? Nas being one of my favorite MCs. So even though I had a street edge to what I was doing, it was always laced with knowledge. There was never a time where I wasn't lacing the music with knowledge.
You know, it's crazy that when you said the first thing I heard when I started hearing the beats with the lyrics and the cadence was Mobb Deep. I swear to God, I'm like, damn, this give me a Mobb Deep feel like a motherfucker right now.
Okay, so we on target.
Like a motherfucker. RP, when did you get into producing and production? Because when I tell you, you got a New York essence. When I feel like, when I get the premieres, when I get the DR periods, and when I get like them, you know what I mean, them type of boom bap, you know what I mean, New York vibe producers, I feel that all in your production, man. The Wu-Tang, Sean Price, all that. I just get that type of vibe, dog. So talk about some of your influences, man, and how you got into production. I don't even want to say just beat making. How you got into production?
I don't even know.
I think RP got a little delay on his side.
Nah, it's all good. We dealing with stuff right now, but we're gonna make it work.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Did you hear my question,
man,
bro?
I started, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, the New York feel, you know, coming up. I originally started making beats like probably like 14 years old, you know, coming up in around that golden era. So, you know, I got a chance to really soak up, you know, that time, man, DJing and going through the break beats and kind of watching the sound develop and evolve, pause tapes, you know, just soaking it up, man. Just that gritty thing. But I listened to a lot of jazz and, you know, I soaked up a lot of great music. My dad and I had a cousin, he was a DJ as well. So I got a chance to really go through a lot of different styles, you know, a lot of different you know, pioneers and just really start to develop. I started on the MPC 60. And then I moved up to the 2000 XL drum machine sequencer. I learned also how to, you know, make a sequencer sample on the MPC 3000. So, you know, I got a lot of history. Shout out to my sister in the chat, Goddess D. She used to be there with me digging and chopping and, you know, making all the joints. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. Definitely. I also got a background. I got a chance to work with the Fugees camp. I used to do some production in their camp, and you know, I got a chance to build with Wyclef and kind of soak up a lot of that stuff as well. You know, so peace to them, and just been on this journey, man. Just trying to make some real conscious material, and really give some bangs to the people. You know, and we're at this stage right now where, you know, we need a message in the music. Our people need a message. So, you know, that was the whole point of creating the Master Elements brand, to bring that back to the people.
Dope. Now you talked about you had a jazz influence too, and I definitely hear that in your beat making. A couple of the songs that y'all got on the master table, it starts with a lot of horn progressions and things like that. So talk about some of your influences in jazz and how jazz is
it was you know, jazz for me was Duke Ellington. A lot of that was introduced to me by my dad. Shout out to my dad. I studied a lot of those albums because my dad was really a vinyl connoisseur, jazz vinyl connoisseur. So, I used to sit there and just go through all those jazz albums. John Coltrane was really big. Giant Steps, Love Supreme, Thelonious Monk was really big in my household. So, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, those albums just played, in the house. My grandmother played those records. So, I soaked that up. And, that was that rich history was something that, I started digging into a lot just growing up. I used to go to the library and just pull out and take jazz records out of the library, sit home and study and listen and just get a good vibe. And, I just knew, with this last project that we created, the Masters Table, I wanted to kind of incorporate some of those elements into, the mix. And we were really able to, add a lot of those textures and layers that you hear on a lot of the records. Like even when we open up, with the intro piece, it's like all the jazz textures, and Sincere just lays it down hard on that. So I was grateful to be able to, bridge that with this particular project.
Word. Now, Sincere, talk about the Masters Table, how that came about. What was your target going into the album and creating the album? Was it always like your mindset to create the Masters Table, or as you were creating the music, this is what you kind of said, okay, this is what we laying out, this is how it's going to be? Talk about the process.
So RP usually has a vision, once he starts cooking, when he sends me beats, he sends me ideas, you know what I'm saying, or at the very least a title, you know what I'm saying. So he's good at coming up with titles and coming up with different concepts. And we knew, because the album that we did previous to this was called The Spear and the Shield. And we knew when we followed that one up, we had a record on that one that was dedicated to Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. And we wanted to expand and expound on that. And so we wanted to make sure that we paid homage to the master teachers and the shoulders that we stand on. You know what I'm saying? Because we do make sure that first and foremost, we making dope hip hop music. But like you said, a lot of the messages that you hear in the music, those come from a lot of the books that we were reading and the lessons that we studied over the years, the lectures
Right.
that we've been privy to. And so we wanted to give homage to a lot of the master teachers that you see on the album cover. You know what I'm saying? We got Dr. Francis Cress Welsing on there. We got Dr. Claude Anderson on there. We got Brother Nelly Fuller on there. Dr. Amos Wilson, Shahrazad Ali. You know what I'm saying? And many others that we were influenced by, but the ones that we chose to be on the cover, I feel like we incorporated their work specifically in a lot of the records, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to pay homage.
Thanks.
Dope. Now, when you set out to, no, let me ask you this: when it came to hip hop, when you started doing it, was that always your message behind it, is to kind of deliver a message of just understanding and uplifting who we are as a people, or did it kind of progress and evolve to that?
Yeah, like I said, I got knowledge of self at a pretty young age, even though I went through my wild stage and I was caught up out there in the streets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, even when it was more leaning toward gangster rap, it was still always laced with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like the knowledge was always laced up in there, even if it wasn't in the forefront the way that I do it now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, though, even though the knowledge is in the forefront, the primary goal is to make dope hip hop records. So we don't want it to be boring and like a lecture and just, beating you over the head with information. We want it to be entertaining. We want it to be something you could vibe to, something you could pop in the whip. You know what I mean? Something that the youth could gravitate toward. You know what I mean? Because without the youth, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we had to make sure the music is dope. That's the primary goal.
And if we love it, we love it. We know the people are gonna love it. So that's our goal, definitely.
I think y'all achieved that goal. Like I said, when I first played it, it took me back because I was born in '83. Obviously, I was born in the '80s. I'm a product of the '90s and the 2000s. So this is the hip hop that I sonically, from a sonic perspective, this is what I listen to. Like I can't gravitate toward the newer age as much as I can my age because it's a different kind of sonic. But at the same time, you guys bridge the gap to where people, because even youngsters yearn for that type of hip hop. Even the youngsters want to hear, you know what I mean, lyrics that we can understand and bars that we can break down and beats that still hit and are taking over the song. It's a good complement of both lyrics and beats. That shit's very, very important. So I think that y'all executed that to an excellent level. Now, talk about what y'all thoughts are on the current state of hip hop. Nah, no doubt, bro. The current state of hip hop, because like you said, Sincere, you understand where they're at because you've been there. You still connect with these people, with our brothers and sisters out here on the street because you've been there. And RP, I'm sure you've been there and can relate to them as well. So talk about how that was important on making sure that.
Yeah. When I think about the state of hip hop now,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. We got my brother on camera now. There we go. Oh, but now we lost your audio though.
Oh no, I got you. My bad. I said, yeah, I've been in here trying.
There you go.
I've been in here trying, man. I got y'all.
There you go. All right, go ahead, RP. You take that one first.
I mean, basically, as far as what the state of it is and connecting with the youth, I think both of us have kids. We have kids. So for me, I have a daughter. So she's 15, and what's interesting is that she vibes with all our era stuff. Like you said, basically, she's gravitating toward more of the classic R&B and hip hop from our era. And a lot of the stuff that she's listening to, the Tupacs and the Ice Cubes and all that stuff, I didn't play that around her. So it's interesting to see, like, where her ear is, of course, that vibration from those sounds that we grew up on, and how it's still relevant to, the current generation. It speaks volumes about, the quality and the soul in which was laid down by the lyricists and the producers from our era, and how a lot of those records are still circulating now in the ears of this generation. So, it speaks volumes for me.
Absolutely. And so for me, when I think about the state of hip hop today, to me, there's more pros than cons, actually. You know what I'm saying? People probably be surprised to hear me say that. But when you think about it, what's been pushed out there by the mainstream music industry is always going to be the lower vibrational stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's in any era. They always prioritize that. You know what I'm saying? And so the blessing about now is that we're not strictly subject to that anymore. You know what I'm saying? We have the ability to find what we want to hear on our own. We don't have to just listen to what's on the radio or what came on MTV or BT and all of that. We could go on the internet and find the type of music that we like. It's people out there that's making it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now it's more of a discovery thing that's happening. There's a lot of gems out there. There's a lot of real talent out there. People just have to want to discover it. And that's not going to be everybody, but that's, for me, I'm amongst the 5%. I always look at everything through that lens. You know what I'm saying? We learn 85%, they dumb, deaf, and blind. They easily led in the wrong direction and hard to lead in the right direction. So, the masses of the people are going to gravitate toward what's being pushed to them by the mainstream. But if you amongst the 5%, then you know how to find the jewels.
Facts.
No audio. No audio, brother Sam.
Yeah, we don't hear you.
So we can see you now, but we can't hear you.
All right, we good? We good.
There you go.
The devil is a liar today, dog. What are we doing up in here? I'm in here rapping. I'm sitting there listening to y'all, and I'm rapping, and then meanwhile, my thing is on mute, and I ain't even press mute. But anyway, we ain't even gonna let that mess with us. I was saying I got a 16-year-old too, and it's funny because he does the same shit. Like he'll gravitate toward our music, he'll gravitate toward our R&B, our hip hop. And now, of course, he listens to what everybody's listening to now, but at the same time, he gravitates to that vibration because there's something to that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate y'all. Now, from a business perspective, right? Because I see that you got Godcast Enterprises underneath your as I guess what's that, the your distribution?
Well, that's the conglomerate, really. You know what I'm saying? Under everything, because I also got a podcast. Shout out to my sister Nicety Girl in the chat. That's my co-host right there.
Peace, Queen.
We do a podcast called Sincere Love the Godcast. And so, you know, we got that. We got children's books. You know what I'm saying? This book right here, based on my son Seven. It's called Seven the Super Hey Rule. This is volume 1 out of a series. We got volume 2 about to drop real soon, and we're also doing a activity book for the kids as well. And so, you know, it's a lot of stuff that falls under the umbrella. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the music. You know what I'm saying? We try to expand it. It's a multimedia thing. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. Right. So clearly, you got your business together. So talk about the business side of music, because it's vital in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Whether you independent, whether you in the game, whatever the case, you want to get paid from your art. You want to make sure you get compensated properly. So talk about the business and how you guys moved and maneuvered through that.
Right now, it's an independent game. You know what I'm saying? Being able to go straight to consumer, being able to have your audience come to you on your own platform and do direct business with your audience. So people have to have the mindset and the willingness to go out there and build their audience. You know what I'm saying? If you make dope music, you know, whatever type of music it is, there's an audience out there for it. You know what I'm saying? And so people have to understand how social media works to be able to market themselves, to be able to find their tribe and have everything set up, the infrastructure of your business and everything set up so that people can do business with you directly. You know what I'm saying? And just making authentic, organic connections with people within your niche. You know what I'm saying? Like us being here on your platform, you know what I'm saying, is going to make more people aware of what we do. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? And, you know, getting connected with promoters, people who could put you on stage and get you booked for shows and things of that nature. Being able to collaborate with other artists who are out there that you think are dope, you know, where they have a similar audience to what you got. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, is going to bring people into the web.
Thanks. And with this last project, you know, we were able to, we had our direct-to-consumer website, www.themastersrsvp.com, and we were able to allow our audience to go to the site in order to we had a bundle available to sell with this particular project, and straight to consumer. And it was great, you know, being able to start to build our base and have direct-to-consumer experiences is where the industry is going. So, you know, it's been a pleasure to kind of build on quality music and have products that we can basically present to our audience direct.
Yeah, and it's more personal now too. You get to make connections with your audience. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see who's buying from you. You know what I'm saying? You can see who's supporting you, and you know you get their contact information. And me, I reach out. You know what I'm saying? People will tell you they bought the album. I give you a call. Hey, yo, I appreciate you supporting the movement, man. You know what I mean? This sincere. People be surprised, like, yeah, this is really me. I'm calling you because I appreciate that $10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you guys, you know, y'all can still go to the website, themastersrsvp.com. You can get you a t-shirt, get the digital download. We had the CDs, but we don't got no more CDs now, but we might stock back up on those if people show interest.
How's that game been, the CD game? Because obviously it's still people act like it's still not a thing, but it's definitely still a thing.
Still a thing.
Still want to gravitate to it. So how's that been between selling hard copies and then selling streams? Where'd y'all find y'all success, and how have y'all kind of navigated through there?
I think obviously most people are comfortable streaming. You know, that's how most people listen to music and consume music now. So most people are going to go to, you know, Spotify or Apple Music or whatever to listen to it. But the people who really rock with you, they want to have something as like a collector's
Right.
item. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably never pop the CD in and listen to it, but they just want to have something physical that they can hold on to. So you know what I'm saying? We had the pieces for the wall, the art pieces for the wall. We had the T-shirts, the hoodies, and we had the actual CDs. So the people that really, really rock with us, they want to grab that bundle. You know what I'm saying? So they could feel like they're a part of the movement and they could go out there and represent, spread the word.
Now, how's your go ahead, RP? My bad.
No. You can go.
Okay. How's the support been? Because you know, one thing I love the East Coast. I'm East Coast born and raised, always is, always will be. But the support sometimes isn't what we need it to be. You know what I mean? We get more support outside of where we at. And I guess that's anywhere. That's just not on the East Coast. That's anywhere. You should get more support outside than you do inside. But how's the support been not only on the East Coast, but sincere down in the A as well?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But the beautiful thing about it is with the internet, it almost eliminates that factor to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Because we're able to reach people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be shocked when I look at the analytics and you know there's people in Iceland streaming the Masses Table. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how y'all even know about this?
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like people in certain countries, I'm like, do they even speak English? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know how it came on their radar. You know what I'm saying?
They tapped in Africa, Japan, you know, with the analytics, man, the Netherlands, all these areas, they totally tapped in with the project. And like Sincere said, those who ordered direct to consumer, who purchased on the website, we're able to make brand new connections direct. And a lot of these people live in so many different areas that we haven't even touched yet. So that's the blessing in it all.
Actually,
that's definitely. Go ahead, Sincere. My bad. You got something to say?
No, I was just saying amen.
Oh, yes, sir. So I mean that is the gift of the internet. There's gift and curses, and one of the gifts are you can touch a mass amount of people in a very short amount of time just by clicking a button, and that's the beauty. That's the beautiful part. If it wasn't for that, you and the three of us wouldn't be able to connect on the way and the level that we're connecting on and being able to network. And I guess that brings me to my next question. That's networking, because an unfortunate stigma amongst our community is we can't network amongst each other. We can't do business. We can't build amongst each other because there's always competition. Somebody's not doing right or wrong. And I like to do these type of things because although Artist Spotlight is open to anybody, any race, creed, color, whoever, I know primarily who's coming to network with me. I know who primarily is coming to do business with me. So I make it a duty to make sure that we do each other right. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure that we show a level of professionalism. We're going to show a level of we can build, we can grow, and we can make sure that one hand literally wash the other. You're an artist. All right, I got a platform. Let's build. Let's get you some clients. Let's get you some views at the same time. Let me use my platform for good. So talk about the importance of networking, not only just amongst the industry in general, but in particular amongst our people, and how your experiences have been with that.
And it's a beautiful thing what you're doing, by the way. You know what I'm saying? You do have a powerful platform. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, us being here makes perfect sense. You know, I know, you know, a lot of the content that y'all put out there is in alignment with what we do. So the audience is lined up. So definitely appreciate you doing this. But networking is extremely important. And I never really buy into that stigma. I know people have their experiences, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, dealing with certain people or whatever. But I don't put that on the culture and just say that's just how Black people is or whatever the case may be. To me, I think that's propaganda. And I can only go from my own experience because by trade, I'm a barber. You know what I'm saying? How I feed my family is by cutting hair. I've been cutting hair for over 20 years now. And, you know, over 90% of my customers are Black. You know what I'm saying? Mostly foundational Black Americans. So they support me. They help me feed my family. So you know what I mean? And I know what I do. I support other Black businesses. We have a weekly series on our podcast called the Black Business Showcase. We bring on business owners and entrepreneurs every single week to give them a spotlight and let people know who they need to be supporting out here. And you know, all the expos and different things that we've attended and places where we perform at, you know what I mean, some of the festival stuff where we get on stage at, that's all we see is Black people doing business with each other. So for us, it's natural, you know what I mean? So I don't really buy into that stigma. I don't believe that's a real thing. I think that's propaganda.
What was that podcast called again? The Black Business Showcase, you said?
Yeah, the podcast is called Sincere Love the Godcast. And the series that we do every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the Black Business Showcase. Yes, sir.
Okay, word. Make sure y'all show the podcast on those platforms some love as well. Definitely trying to make sure we can run the numbers up. If you're watching live or if you happen to catch us on the back end, make sure you support that. I want to start playing some music, man. We had a nice spot right now. I think it's time to show a little bit of what y'all got going on, man. Because I like it. I love it. I want the people to hear it. So I got the Masters table out here right now, 15 songs. We're going to stay away from the Fort for obvious reasons right now. I got something special I'm going to do with the Fort. But outside of that, what y'all want the people to hear real quick, bro? What y'all want to...
I'm interested in your pick. Pick. But also, got to show love to Brother Ish. You know, Brother Ish, the one that created the whole thing. And I know he want to play Flowers.
He want to play Flowers. All right, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna play. I'm not gonna give him the whole album, but we're gonna do a couple of these joints real quick, man. I mean, we're gonna play a couple of these joints. Let me play Flowers real quick, and that's where we're gonna start.
And it's copyright free too for YouTube, by the way. So you ain't even got to worry about no copyright stuff and none of that.
Well, see, this is the thing I do, and I'm glad you said that, brother, because I'm gonna make this clear. If you've ever wanted to do artist spotlight with me, you ever want to showcase any of your stuff, I don't monetize these videos. I don't monetize these videos because I want the artist to be able, any view that they get, I want it to go directly to them. So if you do have it copywritten, then I'm going to make sure I get the hell up out the way and y'all receive the streams from the views and everything like that as a show of my appreciation. So whether it was copywritten or not, we all going to eat, bro. So let's do the damn thing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's play Flowers first.
Let it be known, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. The master's table.
That's not it.
That's not Flowers?
No, for some reason, it's starting from the top.
Okay, yeah, it's the intro.
The master's.
Here we go.
Here is the way it is. You live in direct relation to the poets, the heroes, and the sheroes you have. Always honor the elders. Then you honor yourself. Honor women. You honor yourself. Honor men. You honor yourselves.
Yeah, because, you know, RP, we gotta pay homage to the ones that's still here, too, you know? RP to the ancestors and all that, but what about the ones that's still here? We gotta talk about that. Give them their flowers while they can still smell them.
Master
know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Listen. Minister Farrakhan, I'm glad you're still here with us. Anthony Browder, I'm so glad you're still here with us. Dr. Anderson, I'm glad you're still here with us. Nelly Fuller, I'm glad you're still here with us. Want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers. Listen. So all the warrior scholars we call master teachers, all the oracles, prophets, before you pass, I need to give you your roses, a way to let you know that your work wasn't in vain. A new generation of soldiers was birthed through you. I would lift the entire earth for you, 6 octillion tons. All I got is this verse for you. Ain't wanna wait until you transition to build an altar for you or make a record when you can't listen. Your life's mission's more important than that. And matter of fact, I know it's even more important than rap, but this is my way to immortalize and make your name fortified, codified in hip-hop culture even before you die. We see through all the lies, we reaching for the skies, but not for mystery guards. We know the guards inside. We read the literature, we listen to the lectures. Now we signal boost all the wisdom you manifested. Shahrazad Ali, so glad you still here with us. Baina Bello, I'm so glad you still here with us. Queen Afua, I'm glad you still here with us. Ava Muhammad, I'm so glad you still here with us. Want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers. Listen, if I forgot to say your name, blame it on the brain and not the heart. The best part is how you made it plain. To feel Valentine's, I feel that inclined to give honor to Dr. Kaba, the masterminds, Professor James Moores, Dr. Joy DeGroot, a Ice Cube, middle finger to the boys in blue. Shout out to KRS, shout out Professor Griff. No perfect messengers, there's only perfect messages. Hands off Asada Shakur and Free Matulu. Respect the chairman O'Malley, yeah, we scream Yehovu. I got a bouquet of flowers for Dr. Bill Cosby. Welcome home, beloved. I know they real salty. Who turned the Breakfast Club up to 1,000 degrees and spoke nothing but the truth to the powers that be? We all got a good laugh from all of the memes, but even Umar Johnson get his flowers from me. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Just want to give them their flowers. Yo, R.I.P. Dr. Minister Ava Muhammad. She made a transition before we got a chance to get this song to y'all. But it was written before the transition. So I had it in mind, I had it in my heart. Rest in power, Queen.
We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. The black man is a god. He is the maker. He is the owner. He is the cream of the planet Earth. He is God of the universe.
Yes, sir.
Flowers featuring DJ RP Beats. Fire. You know what's crazy? You, Professor James Small, we've had a pleasure to interview. Dr. Bill Cosby, we had a pleasure to speak to, and he asked us to record it. We didn't do an interview, but it was kind of like impromptu to where he was on the phone and we got to talk to him and they want us to record it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? You brought up some scholars. You brought up people that are uplifting this culture the way it should be. You know what I mean? And this is why I think I appreciate your music so much. On top of the fact that you sound like a Mobb Deep record. But at the same time, I'm getting food. You know what I mean? So, and I appreciate it. But we're going to get to another record real quick because I like the vibes. I like where it's going. Y'all keep leaving these comments in the comment section, showing these brothers love. We got a request for Purple Tape. After Purple Tape, we're going to play mine. Let's go to work.
Let's get it.
You recognize this technique?
This shit fire too, though.
5
hold
elements
it right
to
there.
remember.
Somebody in the house say yeah. Bow. Pull the foot down, represent. Pull the foot down, represent to the fullest. Let me tell these niggas.
Oh,
Bow.
I think I'm Ghostface. Raekwon, Purple Tape, Napalm. Rainy Days was a great song. 10 fire emojis, face palm. Wait for him. The God takes his time. He studied knowledge itself. Circa 85. Not to dwell on the past, these are the greatest times. Peace to those who survived the Ronald Reagan crime era, the sentence disparities, etc. The list goes on and on and on. It's a plethora. Too many injustices. Don't want to be redundant. If the 13th Amendment loophole wasn't enough to light a fire under your ass, then you gon' die a sucker. Don't want to unite with you. I don't want nothing from you, but a lot of distance. I was overly optimistic, but everybody ain't gon' make it. It was written. Too many black girls lost, and even at this hour, niggas street dreaming. Would've thought that they gave you power. Watch them niggas, cause they ain't get the message. Time to take affirmative action. Peace and blessings. I think I'm Ghostface. Raekwon, Purple Tape, Napalm. That 23rd letter raised me right. I got 5% lessons in my lyrical DNA. I think I'm Ghostface. Raekwon, Purple Tape, Napalm. That 23rd letter raised me right. I got 5% lessons in my lyrical DNA. I think I'm just a genius. Liquid swords, mastered the 64 squares on the chessboard. My 8 pawns regulating the fort. My clan in the front do investigative reports. We in the 4th chamber. All I see is war and danger. Gotta label my inner demons and all the strangers. My horsemen got their eyes on the sparrow. And snipers on top of both castles with long barrels. The archbishop holding a double-sided blade. It's a cold world. Niggas be coming sideways. Basic instructions before leaving Earth is written in the holy tablets way before I was birthed. Let's go beneath the surface with amplified samples. High price, small reward, that ain't a wise gamble. We cover every direction, you know what that means. The strongest piece on this whole team is my black queen. I think I'm Ghostface, Raekwon, Purple Tape, Napalm. That 23rd letter raised me right. I got 5% lessons in my lyrical DNA. I think I'm Ghostface, Raekwon, Purple Tape, Napalm. That 23rd letter raised me right. I got 5% lessons in my lyrical DNA.
It's just the love, man, the love and the loyalty, and the way they was doing it, man. It was just so sharp, man.
Pull the foot down, represent. Bow.
Of course, we are lyrical assassins, and we are
man, so he works with it like that. Pull the foot down, represent, bow.
Y'all got to get into that, man. Y'all got to get into that.
Man, look, yo, DJ RP Beats, you put your motherfucking foot on that goddamn record right there, boy. God
Yes,
damn. God damn. That's the
Yes,
fuck I'm talking about,
sir.
man. Oh, let me get you off mute real quick. You got to say something. Just sit back quiet, bro, and sitting there all humble and shit. Talk your shit on that one, my God damn, boy. Woo! You did your
Yeah,
thing,
the
man.
purple tape. Purple tape,
Yo,
man. That was the man.
Can I say something about that though?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
When RP sent me that beat, I was cutting hair.
Mm.
I wrote that song in my head within like 2 haircuts.
Mm.
like immediately. And if you know me, I don't work like that. I don't work fast like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'll be cooking. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I heard that joint, I'm like, oh, I already know what this is. It just started pouring out of me.
That shit was filthy. Filthy. Now, before I get to my record, and I see Mr. Ish, he talking about 120 lessons, and I want to play that record too. But if y'all want to hear that record, y'all got to go to Tidal, Apple Music, I think all streaming platforms, I'm assuming, fellas.
Yes, sir.
The Master's Table, Sincere
Yes,
Love
sir.
God, featuring DJ RP Beats, a number of other dope producers. It looks like it's on this album as well. Go listen to this joint. Obviously, it's some fire on here, right? We listened to a couple records. We're going to listen to a couple more. I got beef with you, RP Beats, on one of these records. I'm going to play it right now real quick, a snippet, and then I'm going to get to my record, and I'm going to tell you why. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
I got beef with you.
Uh-oh.
Why you do that shit?
Exactly.
Why you do that shit right there? I was waiting for my man to tear that piece shit up, man. And why'd you do that right there, bro?
That's some RP shit, dude. He does that all the time. Yo, listen,
my God.
I heard it. I heard it when y'all heard it. That's when I heard it.
I'm
He
like,
do that shit
yo.
all the time.
Bro, I thought he was about to tear that joint apart, bro, and then he faded it out. And not the beat is and dope the one after it, but that motherfucker right there, boy. I was like, whoo, whoo, whoo. Let's go to work.
Look, the intro. the intro was almost only an interlude also.
Yeah.
I happened to hear the intro, and I'm like, no, you gotta send me that. He's like, oh, you want to get on that? I'm like, dude, if you don't send me that beat, like, we gonna fight if you don't send me that.
Yeah, that joint right. You might have to do something on that one, bro.
Well, you know, it's like, you know, as I'm shaping the project, man, I'm making beat after beat after beat, you know, in different sessions. And you know, once, you know, like those particular beats, like the interludes and stuff like that, they come, you know, they come. So a lot of times the songs, the main records are already completed. So then I'm still cranking out beats. So by the time, you know, I get to the mixing and mastering and start formatting this project, I'm just adding more and more beats. So Sincere doesn't even get a chance to hear. He's done with the stuff. So I don't even send him any additional beats because the project is already done. Then by the time the project rolls out, he says what you just say. Yo, what's up with that beat?
You know what though? You know what that gives me? That gives me that nostalgic feeling of going to Best Buy, going to Circuit City, grabbing an album, unwrapping it out the plastic, throwing that motherfucker in, and just letting it play, and being able to enjoy those. Damn, I wish my man would have went in on that jump, but you know what I mean. Enjoying it for the album, and some of them being some of your best parts of your record. So I mean, y'all hit it on all cylinders, from the knowledge, from entertainment, from bridging gaps, man. Y'all did your motherfucking thing on this album, man. I want to play one more record, and I got a question. Or you definitely sparked something in my mind when I heard the lyrics on this, Sincere. So I want to play this. It's Who Killed Malcolm. It's track 5. I'm going to play this, John, and then I got a couple questions for you.
Yes, sir.
There are those in the circle.
Good choice, by the way.
Who
yes, sir.
The kind of publicity that he was getting, the kind of attention that he was getting. He was the most vocal. He was the most loved. He was the most honored and respected.
And he outshone the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
In certain areas, yes.
So you think the nation really has something to do with that? I don't know, man. Because I'm saying, niggas don't say that about Dartha Perry, William O'Neill, and these niggas that infiltrated the Black Panthers. They don't say the Black Panthers killed Fred Hampton. Listen, they don't walk it how I walk it, nigga. And they ain't talking how I'm talking, nigga. It's different. It's just different. They ain't talking how we talking, man. They say the NOI got blood on their hands. I disagree with that. Open up the FBI files and let us see the facts. If Dr. King had mistress after mistress, honestly, that shit ain't really none of my business. And listen, J. Edgar Hoover was a closet freak. He wore lingerie under the Brooks Brothers. And privately, he was getting hand jobs from Dartha Perry. Y'all could miss me, but the mystery history ain't a theory, nigga. Yeah. Hope you listen and hear me clearly, nigga. You poltergeist, I know I'm Christ, that's where we differ. You scary niggas pick the low-hanging fruit and bite the apple like Eve. Why not go to the root? I say, who told you that? Now let's consider the source. Every potential black messiah, they was picking us off. This shit is biblical. I know we live inside this digital reality. It's Web3 now. Don't get it twisted though. Yeah, and they ain't walking how I walk it, nigga. They ain't talking how I'm talking, nigga. It's different. It's just different. Nobody talking how we talking, man. Listen. So they don't walk it how I walk it, nigga. And they ain't talking how we talking, man. It's like we speaking in tongues. It's hard to reach the dumb. They control the major resources while we beefing for crumbs. You flex a flimsy muscle when you target Nipsey Hussle. They hit up water supplies. Mississippi, we love you. And Flint, Michigan, who knows when this shit will end? It's coming to a city near you. I hope you listening. I'm back to Who Killed Malcolm. A lot of information cleared the name of the nation, but some of y'all still doubt him. I had this argument with RPB. He said, nah, I think the nation had a part in it, G. They was jealous of Malcolm. He was outshining the master. You know the laws of power. I thought about it and asked him, you clear the government of wrongdoing? I mean, I understand the jealousy. We all human. But the nation was crawling with agents under constant surveillance. And now they claiming that they botched the whole investigation like they incompetent. Come on, we need to stop this shit. They covered up the crime because they the fuckers that got them hit. Man, nobody talking how we talking, nigga. They scared to walk it how we walk it, nigga. It's different. It's just different. Nobody talking how we talking, man. Listen. They scared to walk it how I walk it, nigga. Nobody talking how we talking, nigga. It's different. It's just different. They ain't talking how we talking, man. Listen. Man, listen. Man, listen. Man, listen. Man, listen.
Track number 5 off the Master's Table, Who Killed Malcolm, performed by Sincere the Love God, featuring DJ RP Beats. Dope ass record, bro. That joint was fire.
Thank
and
you,
you know, no problem. A conversation that's been had amongst our community for a very long time is who killed Malcolm X, and a lot of people often say that the NOI had responsibility for that. And you, in this record, I guess your motivation was to dispel that completely and kind of, in all of your records, kind of bring it back to loving thyself. I just want to say the ultimate goal and premise was even in this record. So what was the motivation behind doing this record, and just your what you heard growing up and what your thoughts were, all of that, bro? Break this down for me, man, because I'm intrigued by it.
So the funny thing about this record is, and I mentioned it in the record, if you pay attention, it actually stems from, I had this argument with RP Beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and RP, we would go back and forth in the DMs for months. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
He dropping receipts. I'm dropping receipts. You know what I'm saying? We have different
Back
perspectives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, we wanted to do a record. I wanted to do a record. I was inspired to do a record. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the records that we do come from conversations that we have. It's not always an argument. It's not always a debate. But a lot of stuff comes out of conversations that we have when we just building. It's like, okay, that's something we need to touch on in the music. You know what I'm saying? And this was just one of those things. And it's one of my favorite joints that we ever made. I just love the way that it came out. And I had the opportunity also on my podcast to have Dr. Wesley Muhammad come on and do a lyrical breakdown of that song with me as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know, that was fly.
That's a good brother to have on there.
Absolutely.
That's our bro too. Shout out to Dr. Wesley Muhammad, often guest on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. We appreciate that brother sincerely. Always giving back to the people, man, for sure.
Did I answer the question though? I know you said, you know, how the record came about, but I think you was really asking more so of like the intentions of the record.
Yeah, for sure. Please elaborate on that as well.
Yeah. It was kind of like what you said, you know, from my perspective, was to dispel that myth and kind of you know, give my perspective on it, that, you know, I don't overlook the role that our government played in the assassination of Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? I understand that you know, there was some energy put out there and there was some words that were spoken by prominent members within the Nation of Islam that contributed to the environment that made our brother vulnerable and susceptible and killable. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't discount that, but I always try to go to the root and not the fruit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those were, you know, symptoms of the events that took place, but ultimately the ones behind the scenes that orchestrated everything was the United States government, and so that's who I hold responsible.
Well, RP, I gotta let you have the floor as well, because this whole song sparked off a debate between you and Sincere Love to God. So please, you can speak your piece as well, brother.
Yeah. Well, you know, I looked at it a little bit more objectively, and you know, in terms of, I feel as though, you know, based on what I looked at and what I shared with him, and we kind of went back and forth on, it was a collaborative effort, you know, and you know, the government was involved, and I, you know, just looked at it, just doing my research for some years actually now, you know, on Brother Malcolm and the timeline. So, you know, watching hours of interviews, reading books, you know, kind of pulling up. So when the documentary hit Netflix, that was another eye opener in terms of connecting the dots. So, you know, it just was a back and forth conversation we had, and like Brother Sincere said, we were kind of tossing receipts at each other, but in hindsight, it just became this big song, and it was just like, whoa, you know, it just took a life of its own, and you know, we both love it, and I think it was a brilliant move, because this is something that, you know, most artists where we are, they don't even create from that lens. So you know, it's a beautiful thing to be able to, you know, take that and put that into your art.
And that story didn't fail. I'm glad I picked that song and heard that story. That was dope right there.
Yo, and shout out to you for being a good ass listener. You know what I'm saying? Really be able to dissect the lyrics and what, you know, what we're trying to do, because you spot on with your analysis.
Well, first off, I like what I'm listening to, right? I get a lot of music, and although I appreciate everyone's art, you know what I mean, I definitely appreciate everyone's art and see where they're coming from. I don't gravitate to it all, but I try to make sure that I do my due diligence. If somebody's gonna come on here to listen to their stuff and know what the fuck I'm talking about, if we're gonna talk. But as soon as I heard y'all stuff, you sonically, like I said, from a sonic perspective, from the beats to the lyrics to how you delivered them, how they were engineered, from all that, like I said, sonically, it caught my attention, and then the bars speak for themselves. So don't thank me, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt.
Appreciate it.
Now, all right, so we about to get up out of here. We got another dope edition of Artist Spotlight. Sincere Love to God, DJ RP Beats. Go grab the album Master's Table, available on all music platforms. Currently listening to it tonight on Tidal. So y'all can check it out on Tidal, as well as Spotify, Apple Music, and like I said, all listening outlets. Before we get up out of here, brothers, I definitely appreciate y'all time. Appreciate everybody who engaged in the chat. If y'all have any lasting remarks, anything y'all want to let the people know where they can follow you, anything that y'all like, anything, the Godcast, talk more about that and the merch line, whatever you got, brother, the floor is yours.
Absolutely, man. So once again, thank you first and foremost, you know what I'm saying, for having the wherewithal to even do something like this and utilizing your platform in this way. And so, you know, it's a pleasure to be here and chop it up with you, man. We watch your stuff, you know what I'm saying? We fans of your stuff. We subscribe to the channel and all of that too. So, you know, we love what you do.
Appreciate you, bro.
And so, yeah, man, you guys, you know, follow me. I'm at Sincere Love to God on all social media platforms. It's not on the screen, right? But it's Sincere Love is LUVDAGOD. Sincere Love to God on all social media platforms. And you can find the music on all your favorite streaming platforms as well. DJ RP Beats, Sincere Love to God. Go listen to the whole catalog, man. You know, the Masters Table is our latest offering, but we have a whole catalog that, you know, if you're new here, you know what I'm saying, you got something that take you through the rest of 2024.
Facts.
And you could purchase the album at themastersrsvp.com. You could purchase the album as well as the merch for the album, themastersrsvp.com. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sincere Love to God. That's where we got Sincere Love to God cast with the Black Business Showcase and all of that stuff too. So Sincere Love to God on YouTube.
Dope. RP.
Thanks for having us. And you guys can find me on all social media platforms, DJ RP Beats. And like Sincere said, go to the website and go to the merch and you know, in all digital platforms, just pull up Master Elements, and we got a nice offering catalog for you guys to listen to. And we got some new things in store as well. So thanks for having us, brother. Appreciate it.
Nah, man, the pleasure's all mine. Go check out the Masters Table on all listening platforms right now. Go follow them, brother, on all their social media outlets. Definitely been a pleasure, man, sitting down with you guys again. Shout out to Mr. Ishmael, who facilitated.
Brother Ish.
Or dear brother
Ish,
man. Man, that's a good brother right there. Y'all got on y'all team, man. So keep doing y'all thing, man. And hold on. I would be remiss because this is y'all interview. I don't want to take over the interview, but can I do a real quick public service announcement real quick if you don't mind?
Please do.
My God, y'all check this out real quick and let me know what y'all think.
Yo, what up, Dre? Man, what's up, Mace? Yo, you crazy, bro. Yo, there was no way I'd have made it out that if it wasn't for you.
I know, bro.
You telling me you don't miss it a little bit?
Not at all. I can be out on them streets serving them up no more. I had a family to think about.
You know the door's always open if you change your mind.
I know, but I won't.
Jazz, take Lonnie upstairs.
Please, Mason. Have a seat.
My shipment was jacked yesterday.
What?
Who did it? Burner.
I got your shit. 10 M's in 2 days, or I sell to the highest bidder.
You have a week to get my product back. If you're unable to do so, I will kill your beautiful family.
Stay calm and you and the kids won't get hurt.
He kidnapped my family.
So how's AJ involved in this?
AJ was with Jazz and Lonnie when they were taken. We can do this shit.
Whatever I gotta do to get my son back.
So that motherfucker's available on Tubi right now.
Oh, right now? Oh, yeah.
Now.
I gotta watch that.
And if y'all don't mind, you know what I mean, showing the brothers some love, I got my actorial debut. The Abden Brothers 1500 Entertainment out of Houston, Texas, independently owned brothers put together a phenomenal film called Where Loyalty Lies, and I got the pleasure of having my actorial debut. I got a lot more coming, but if y'all would check that out and give your brother some honest feedback, man, I definitely appreciate it.
Man, for sure.
Definitely.
That trailer is fire. We gotta watch that. And yo, I would love to get the brothers on for the Black Business Showcase if we could talk about that behind the scenes.
Yeah, that would be dope because we trying to. Matter of fact, yes, we will. We go. I know I got Mr. Ishmael's email, but maybe we can. I'm gonna give him my number, and we gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
Yes, sir.
We'll do that on another level.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all time. Appreciate y'all allowing me to show love and sharing y'all gifts with the world, bro. Sincere love to God. DJ RP Beats on Viral Hip Hop News for this installment of Artist Spotlight. If you want to be featured on the Artist Spotlight, hit me up in my email, dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Much love to y'all. Much love to the chat. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.